Welcome back to Sandra Sells Tells, where we talk real estate, real people, and real stories that help you grow personally and professionally. Today's episode is a fun one because we're diving into something that brings people together in the best way: events. Whether you're a small business owner hosting your client appreciation night or a large company planning a major corporate event, how you show up matters. By the end of this episode, you'll know how to host an event that people actually remember. I'm joined by Jackie Studer, an incredible event planner who works with both small and large businesses to create experiences people actually remember. We're talking about what really works, what people get wrong, and how events can build connection, not just attendance. So have you ever thought about hosting an event but don't know where to start? Or you wondered what events are even worth it? This episode is for you. So grab your coffee, your cocktail, keep driving. No matter how you listen, jump on, subscribe. Jackie, I'm so excited to have you here.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me, Sandra.
Absolutely. Can you tell me the name of your company?
It's South Shore Event Solutions.
South Shore Event Solutions. Write that down, folks. Tell me how you got into event planning.
Well, I've honestly always been a planner at heart. I joke that I probably came out of the womb with a color-coded to-do list. I was in corporate in my 20s, and I naturally became the person organizing meetings, team outings, and anything to bring people together. I even spearheaded our culture committee and built out monthly morale-boosting events, things like that, because I just loved creating those moments of connection and really figuring out ways to energize the team. So the company that I worked for, they really encouraged growth cross-departmentally. And so when a role opened up in the events team, it just clicked. I interviewed with them, I got the position, and that was the moment that I truly stepped fully into the world of strategic event planning. Not just the fun details, but the logistics, the vendor management, the budgeting, and the large-scale execution behind it all. So,
wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I love that you love to color code things and that you're organized, because I tried to be organized. I think I'm organized, but I think I'm over-organized. I have too much stuff. So. But when it comes to doing a party, because I've tried to throw parties, I know it's not easy, but what is one thing that people misunderstand about what you do?
Probably the most misunderstood thing is that event planning is just about decor and logistics. Yes, those things do matter. But what I really do is help businesses use events as a growth tool. It's all about intention. So what's the goal? Is it the clients? Is it brand awareness? Is it retention, community positioning? An event without strategy is just a party. So what I do is to really help make sure that it's purposeful.
I love that. I love that. Instead of, let's just get together. That is fantastic.
Which is always fun. But
I've gone to some great company parties, and now I know the method behind the madness and what goes into it. So what types of events do you love planning the most?
I really love business-driven community events. So things like networking events, client appreciation nights, local festivals. I love a good golf tournament, and I always love a good fireside chat. I just really love events where you can physically see connections happening right in front of you. That moment when two people meet and you know that something good is going to come from it, that's my favorite part.
Okay, I love that so much. And I love that. I just want to touch back a little bit on that because you named 3 different types of events.
Yeah.
Right? So people might just be thinking oh, this is like a company corporate event. Come to, this hotel ballroom that we rented and great food and blah, blah, blah music. But you mentioned little ones, fireside chat or golf event or I forget the other one, but that's
client appreciation nights, or you can even have smaller, more strategic networking events.
I love this. All right. So you do all of that.
We do, yes. Anything small to large, anything that is business driven, that's what we do.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So what would you say is one of the biggest mistake small businesses make when hosting events?
I would say trying to do too much. I feel like businesses can sometimes overcomplicate it. too many elements, maybe it's too long, too much talking, not enough breaks or white space. The best events are focused and very intentional. If you know what your one main goal is, you can build everything else around it.
I love that. I love that because I've been to that type of party too, where it's like, what is going on? And I'm bored out of my gore.
Mm-hmm.
So they did not have someone like you plan that party. All right. What types of events actually work best for small businesses?
So I'd say smaller curated experiences work really, really well for small businesses. Most small businesses are trying to stretch every dollar and maximize their return on investment. So think things like coffee meetups, educational workshops, client appreciation nights, strategic networking events. People are really craving connection, not huge productions. So smaller rooms often create an easier space for relationship building and a bigger impact for your business.
Excellent. Thank you. And how can a business create a wow experience without overspending?
2 words, thoughtful details.
Oh, okay.
Personal touches cost very little but feel huge. Well, most times can cost very little, but things like handwritten welcome signs, a curated playlist, personalized name tags, a simple but well-done signature drink. Wow doesn't really need to actually come from a budget. It comes with intention and thinking about the guest experience.
Love that. Love that. And I'm going to write myself a note because I need to ask you a question about an event I know somebody's having. Oh. And we need to know like the signature cocktail or something like that.
Happy to help.
All right. What is one detail that instantly elevates a small event? This might pair into that last question, but
I would say a clear run of show. So when transitions are smooth, timing is tight, the guests never feel confused. Like you were saying about that event that you were at where it just kind of felt a little bit chaotic. When you have a clear run of show, the event will feel naturally elevated. Most people won't even notice good logistics, but I can guarantee you people absolutely feel it.
Okay, love that. Okay, so let's talk about corporate events. What is the biggest difference between planning small versus large business events?
I'd say margin for error. So with larger events, timelines, vendor coordination, and backup plans become absolutely critical. One small delay can impact hundreds of people. With smaller events, they're a bit more flexible. So they're a bit more easy to pivot, but large events require military-level organization behind the scenes.
So that probably requires a lot of people.
Yes.
All right. So how do you keep those large events from feeling impersonal?
Well, it comes down to those intentional touch points that I keep on mentioning. So that might look like structured breakout sessions where smaller groups can actually talk, interactive elements like live polling or Q&A, or branded stations where guests can engage instead of just sitting and listening all day, or even something as simple as having an MC who actively acknowledges the sponsors, first-time attendees, or specific community members makes a huge difference. So also, when you think about the communication during events, all of that before and after the event matters too. Things like personalized reminders, clear agendas, and those follow-up emails after the event that help to continue the conversation. When you build all of those intentional moments into your event, people don't feel like they're just another face in the crowd. They actually feel like they're part of the experience.
That is fantastic. And everybody loves to hear their name mentioned. So, if, you got an MC like, wait, did you hear that?
Exactly. So shout outs are always a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's some very good insight. Thank you. Did I just ask you this? What's a behind the scenes challenge people never think about?
So I would say timing and vendor coordination.
Okay.
So every single vendor has their own load-in time, power needs, space requirements, and expectations. So coordinating all of that while keeping the client calm and focused is a big part of what I do.
All right. Excellent. So many people I know throwing a party get so nervous, like so nervous. So you help take that stress away.
That's exactly what my team does.
Oh, that's fantastic. Because that's the hardest part. So many people like stress out. Whoa, this could go wrong. This could go wrong.
Yes. And it's exactly why, like, so that you can actually be on site and focus on the things that matter, like your client connections, things like that.
And that is why we have you. So what is one of the biggest event trends that you are seeing right now?
So right now, I am seeing way more intentional community-driven experiences.
Finally, right?
So I know. Well, throwing a bunch of people in a room and calling it networking just is not working anymore. I'm seeing businesses move away from the hope for the best model and towards more intentional value-driven experiences. So instead of generic events, they're hosting things like first-time homebuyer workshops, curated client appreciation dinners, or invite-only referral partner gatherings. Experiences that truly align with their brand personality and serve their community in a meaningful way. So that's where I see the real results happening right now.
That's good, though. People have, it's nice when people are open to change.
Yes.
And finding what works and what doesn't work for these big events. So what's the craziest thing that's gone wrong and how you saved it?
Oh, man.
Probably a few things,
Yes.
but one of your favorites.
I have had a lot of things happen for at events over the years, some of them that I can't share on this podcast.
Oh, okay.
But I mean,
That'll be later,
know.
after dark.
I have had things like even just last minute vendor cancellations, timeline shifts, speakers missing flights and needing to set them up virtually with next to no time before event kickoff.
Oh my gosh.
And honestly, the key is staying calm. Attendees take their cue from you. And if you're calm and solution focused, most people never know that anything went wrong.
Very true. And I love it. I love it. And you just said that so calmly, too.
Years
You
of
can
practice.
tell that
Years.
what you've done. You are so good at what you do. All right. So what's your non-negotiable for every event that you plan?
That is a very easy one. It's having a clear purpose for why you want to host your event.
Okay.
So if you don't know the goal, we do not move forward.
Okay.
Every decision, whether it's the venue, your budget, your timeline, the programming, it all has to tie back to the biggest business objective. So that's a non-negotiable for me.
That's good. So somebody says, I want to throw a party. And you're like, what do you want to do? And you're like, I don't know.
My
Like,
first,
what do you want to gain from it? I don't know.
yep,
You're like, figure it out. Call
exactly. And then we can have a conversation. You have to know the goal
me back. Okay.
of what you're looking for, because then how do you even measure your success afterwards?
Yeah. Excellent. Very good. See, you know your stuff. Okay. So when should a business hire an event planner instead of do it yourself?
I actually just talked about this on my social media. I think it was this week. And as I had said, there are definitely times when your business can do its own events. But the better question is, should you? Ask yourself, do you or your team truly have the bandwidth to plan this well? Not just book a venue, but manage vendors, timelines, contingency plans, budgets, and all the communications, and make sure that none of the details fall through the cracks on top of your regular responsibilities. And on the event day, do you really want to be the one fiddling with the AV to make sure that the mic is working? Or do you want to be fully present, building relationships, and actually enjoying your event?
And the answer to that is no, I don't want to do those other
Yeah.
things. So I will definitely hire you for my next events because we do think we can do it ourselves. And we can.
You can.
But
It's
there's
just a
so
very
much other
different
stuff and you
experience.
don't get to enjoy the experience yourself. I hope that you take your own advice, though, when you throw a party and you let somebody else throw it so that you can enjoy it instead of doing other things. Because I might say that I've been to one of your events at your place and you did everything.
I know, but
Everything. And it was amazing. The food was amazing. The decorations were amazing, like every detail down to the end. And that was just
thank
like a personal space, was small, a girl thing that we did. And it was so amazing. That's how I got to know more about you and your business. And that's why I wanted you on here to share that, because I saw what you did in your own personal space. So I can only imagine what you do for small businesses or big businesses. So
Thank you. I have trouble stepping away from the planner, having my planner hat on. So
yeah. Well, hopefully one day you'll throw a party that somebody else did all the behind the scenes.
yes,
So you can enjoy and immerse yourself
I
in
will
the
try.
event.
I will try.
I know.
It'll be
I
a
know we're our own worst.
2026 goals, right?
Yes, at least one. All right. What advice would you give a business owner planning their very first event?
I would say to keep it simple. Don't shoot for the stars and try for a 200-person gala for your first event. Start small, define your goal, and focus on creating genuine connection. And then you can build on that success from there.
Love it. All right. So where can people find you?
You can find me at South Shore Event Solutions. So you can find me online at sseventsolutions.com. And we're on social media on Instagram and Facebook. So call me for anything from networking and client appreciation events to, like I mentioned, community festivals and golf tournaments or internal team meetings and offsites. If it's a business event that needs to drive real results, that's my lane.
I love it. I love it. You hear that, people? So you're thinking of something like that, and you want to make connections, give this girl a call. So southshoreevents.com?
South Shore Event Solutions. So
Solutions.
SS.
SS, right? That's my initials too, Sandra Smith. But it's SS.
It's Kismet.
That's right. That's right. She is the solution to your next event that you are going to be having. So, Jackie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Sandra.
It has been a great conversation. I've learned a few things, and I know people are going to walk away with some real takeaways. Before we wrap up, I always do a key of the week. And this week's key of the week is connection over perfection.
I love it.
The best events aren't about fancy details. They're about how people feel when they leave. And I thought this was a perfect key of the week that I wrote down before I even had you answer all these questions. And it's exactly kind of what you're talking about.
It
is perfect key of the week. Connection over perfection. I love it. The most successful events aren't about everything being flawless. They're about how people feel when they leave. When you focus on connection, the impact lasts far beyond the event itself. If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's planning an event or just thinking about hosting one. Thanks for tuning in to Sandra Sells Tells. I'll see you next time for more real estate, real people, and real Plymouth. Until then, subscribe, like, and keep listening.